So, Coach Gabe Williams here with Ironborn CrossFit, and today I'm joined by one of our OG members, Lisa Blair. Thank you for joining us today.
Of course, of course.
Before we get into it, I kind of want to let you introduce yourself. You can give us a little bit of info about you. Where did you go to school? Are you done with school? What do you do now? Things of that nature. What do you do for fun? Stuff like that. Besides come here, of course. But yeah, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time to just kind of introduce yourself, give us a kind of like an elevator pitch as to kind of like an inside view on your life, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Cool?
Cool. All right. So, said I'm Lisa. I am from Brooklyn, born and raised.
Okay.
The only time I left was to go to college. So I went to Ohio State for undergrad, where I played basketball there.
Ooh, D1.
Yes, you
Okay.
know. And then I went to Kansas. I played there for a year or two. You know, it's not Ohio State, but
so
I'll
you
take
went
it.
So you went to both Ohio State and Kansas?
Yeah, so I did my first 4 years at Ohio State, and then I graduated. I had an extra year of eligibility. So then I went to Kansas, did my last year, went to grad school, all the works.
Okay, very cool. What'd you go to grad school for?
So my first time going to grad school, it was for digital content strategy.
Okay.
So it was like an emphasis on data analysis and social media strategy,
Okay.
which was really interesting. So my entire thesis was all about the WNBA actually,
Okay.
and creating
Very
a
cool.
marketing plan for them, but all on digital media.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting.
Oh, I didn't know you were into that. That's
They might
actually
need to take
very
me
fun.
up on that. But
WNBA, come calling.
Listen.
If y'all watch this, come calling. Okay, so you went to Ohio State and to Kansas. So how long did you go to each?
I was at Ohio State for 4 years, and then Kansas for 1.
Okay.
And then I loved Ohio State so much that I went back again.
Oh, so much fun. So I noticed that you said you went to grad school the first time.
Mhm.
So you went to grad school a second time.
Yes, I love school.
What did you go to grad school for the second time?
So this last time I went to grad school for social work. So I just got
Okay.
my MSW, finished
Okay,
in May.
congratulations. Ooh,
Yes.
brand new. Okay,
Real
I love
new.
it. Congrats. Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now, so you spent probably about 5 years away from home. You're back now. How long have you been back total?
I've been back for about 4 years now.
Okay, about 4 years.
Mhm.
And like I said at the beginning of the episode, you are one of our OG members. I'm not sure of the exact date that you started. I probably should have checked that before. That's poor preparation on my part. But I would definitely say over a year,
Mhm.
probably maybe about 2 years.
Yeah,
would you say?
we're
okay.
approaching 2.
Okay, all right, awesome. So about half the time you've been back. That's cool. When you got back, I know you were part of a D1 program. You played college sports. Did you ever try CrossFit? Did you have it in your program, or is it kind of was it brand new when you started here?
So a lot of the lifting that we do here is actually what we did in college.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like
cool.
that's what kind of pulled me to CrossFit, because
Okay.
it's just I get all the same strength and conditioning that I'm accustomed to, that I know that works for me
Okay.
without all the extra basketball pressure. So it's more
True.
fun this time
Okay.
around.
Got you. That's awesome. And you played ball for all 4 years that you were able to.
Mhm.
That's very cool. So, what I would ask is, what is fitness to you? Why is it important? Because I know that you had a lot of things that you were doing. You were in school. You have a job now. So what leads you to be so consistent with coming to the gym?
Honestly, a big part of fitness for me is that link to mental health.
Okay.
So I feel like every time I come here, this is my time to decompress too, on top of being able to work on my physical health, because all the years playing basketball really takes a toll on your body.
Oh, I can imagine.
Let
I
me
can
tell
imagine.
you.
That hardwood floor, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
My body, especially after I came out, and then my first year that after I finished, I wasn't really working out. I
Okay.
wasn't really moving. And then it's all that kind of hit in. I have arthritis in my knees and all this stuff already from playing basketball. And it's without that movement, I could barely do a quarter squat
Ooh.
before.
Ooh, and we know how I feel about squats and
Yes.
squat depth in this building. So that's something that has definitely changed since then. So that's cool. Would you say you mentioned the mental and physical aspects of it? Would you say that it has an effect on you in your regular life in any way? Outside of just feeling better mentally, feeling more mentally clear and things like that, would you say that there's anything just in regular life that it helps you with? Just for me, just an example would be my my new daughter, she's about to be 4 months. She is probably maybe like 15 pounds or something like that.
So
But I mean,
cute.
it's only 15, but having to pick her up all the time, you know what I mean? So it's like it helps me with that in that case and things of that nature. Just regular things, picking things up
Mhm.
from out of the car, from the supermarket, stuff like that. So would you say you have any particular examples of something like that?
Let me see. Let me think.
I definitely should have prepped you for that question. That came out of nowhere. I'm sorry,
Listen, I
guys, for.
love the impromptu questions, okay? Um, a really good example, though, is like what you said with your daughter. It's like, I don't have children, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I have a really
Ooh.
big family.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
really big family.
Very
So
cool.
it's just like interacting with them a lot. And then also kind of like in my home, we have been doing like a lot of renovations. And I like to be a very like DIY. Now, I'm not Bob the Builder, okay?
Okay.
Don't ask me to build something that you need to be stable because it might be leaning. However,
Uh-huh.
with like the picking up and the moving and all the stuff like that, and like, you know, I help my mom with that stuff because, you know, sometimes like things might be too heavy for her
Of course.
and this honestly has helped me because it's just like, yeah, I got it.
And
One
no
arm,
problem.
I'm gonna pick this up.
I
No
love it.
biggie, no stress, no strain.
Got the strength going up. I like it. I like it. Okay, cool. Um, so you mentioned that it helps you with regular life and stuff like that. But what did you do before this? I know that you were playing sports, but did you ever go to a regular gym, a different CrossFit gym, just a yoga, Pilates, whatever, anything like that, or is this kind of like your first boutique gym kind of experience?
So before this, I was going to like the regular gym, trying, I would say.
Okay.
So my thing is, despite my athletic background and all this fun stuff,
Uh-huh.
I typically did not enjoy working out.
Okay.
So it's like whenever I would go to like a regular like standard gym like Planet Fitness, I'll go, but I wasn't really working as hard as I
Gotcha.
could have. Or sometimes it takes me 2.2 seconds to talk myself out of a workout. Okay? And it's like, I can do this tomorrow, and then
Right.
tomorrow turns into the next day. And then for me to get a little bit more consistent with the regular gym, I had to start like bringing my friends along.
Gotcha.
And they loved it and hated it at the same time because I work better in a group setting,
Okay.
which because of basketball. So, you know, when I would bring them along, it's like, all right, you guys are here. Now I have to motivate you, which means like I have to give
have
that
to be
intensity
motivated
too.
also.
Sometimes a little bit too intense. Let them
Okay.
tell it. It's just like, are you trying to train us to be Navy SEALs?
We go to the army out here. What's going on? What are we training for?
Right.
Okay.
So I've tried that, and it's like I was just too much of a roller coaster. It was like off and then on, and more off than on.
Okay.
So this is like the most consistent I have been since I left college.
Okay, and that's actually really interesting just because of like how I mentioned earlier, you've been super consistent coming here through vacations, through school, through work and stuff like that. So for you to say that you weren't as consistent in the past is actually pretty surprising for me just because I haven't experienced you slacking yet, so and I hope not to. So you know, I'm really I'm surprised to hear that, but that's really cool. Um, so you mentioned that you have friends that would come with you to the gym. What do you have to say to those friends that you would want to have them come to this gym and they're kind of hesitant about it or like have thought about it and kind of like always have a new excuse from week to week, you know, kind of got to do this or that. What do you kind of want to tell them? And again, I did not prepare you for this question, so I apologize. But what do you want to tell them in terms of like maybe having them come and be your workout partner in here?
To stop slacking. Let me stop. Like a big thing for them is like sometimes when they would kind of see what we do, they would get a little bit like intimidated. And I can't lie, that was me in the beginning.
Okay.
Like despite my like doing something like this before, I've always been like a little bit intimidated by like the thought of CrossFit before I really knew what CrossFit was.
For sure.
So it's just like I always try to like reassure them that, you know, you're going at your own pace. So it's like you're not gonna come in and have to do all these crazy things. Like
Right.
that's not what it is. So I always try to tell them like just come one day.
Try it out.
Right.
See if
If
you like
you
it.
really need to know, I'll give you a little heads up of like what it is, and it's no pressure. But a lot of them, like the more that they see like me going through it, they really want to do it. So maybe I just need to be a little bit more forceful, you know.
little bit
I'm
more
gonna
pushy.
sign you up and you have no choice but to
We
come.
gotta go together. That's it. Now the pressure is on. But okay, that's cool. I dig that actually. You did say you work better in a group setting, and I know that you said that they were a little bit intimidated by kind of like what they think CrossFit is or what the idea of CrossFit is, and that's kind of like something that we have been battling as a gym in general, just because the brand of CrossFit is a little bit different from um, the actual practice of it, because the brand is very like, um, CrossFit Games, walk on your hands, handstand push-ups, all these crazy things that generally you're not gonna do at least in this gym. We do a lot of CrossFit things. CrossFit is defined as constantly varied functional movements performed at high intensity, which is what we do. We do constantly varied movements. It's a different workout every day. We do it at high intensity, but of course the intensity is kind of based on you and how you're feeling that day and how hard you want to work. And they're functional movements because, like you said, we do things at home with the strength that we gain from in here. So what's another thing, I guess, that you would say that you enjoy about this other than the groups? Because I know that you were mentioning how like working out alone is kind of difficult, but in terms of working, let's say like with a trainer or having a little bit of guidance, did that help at all just in terms of working out? Like, I don't know if you would follow any type of program or anything like that, but did it help at all?
It definitely does help. For me, before, it's like, I feel like I would I would have an idea of what I wanted to work on, but I feel like it wasn't really purposeful.
Okay.
So it's just like having a coach is like, I know that everything I'm doing is a little bit more intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm seeing the results that I've been looking for because what I'm doing, is making an impact, as opposed to just going in like, okay, it's leg day and I'm just going to just do all these random things with my legs, but it's not really doing anything.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you were kind of just like working to work without like a real like, I guess, goal in mind or like a destination that you're trying to get to.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. And so, I mean, we're coming up on about 2 years.
Yeah.
Would you say, how would you say your fitness has improved from when you started to about now? Because I know you were pretty fit before. You were playing college sports and things like that. And then I know you took a little time off from working out, you mentioned, when you got home and things like that. So how would you say your fitness has improved is my first question. And probably by about how much, and I guess in terms of what? Like, you can take it from there.
It has absolutely improved, okay? And it's just like, sometimes I'll just like look and notice the difference from when I started. Like, even with my movement, I can now have a deeper range in my squats.
So
okay?
proud.
With,
Uh-huh.
even kind of like my body type, my physique, I feel like now I'm closer to my physique that I had my freshman and sophomore year of college. And it's just
okay.
That's a
Getting back
big
to
deal
it.
for
Yeah.
me.
Listen, that's a big deal for anybody.
Yes.
And I feel like, as you did say, you work better in groups, and I feel like as one of our OG members, you are actually very very personable and very friendly with our other members and athletes and things like that. And I feel like that kind of energy kind of permeates through as they see somebody who's kind of experienced with it, someone who's been here for a while, someone who's clearly been doing it for a little bit, and for them to see somebody that comes around and is so friendly, that really does help. And I really enjoy that from a coach's perspective, seeing the group interact in that kind of way, because that's the type of culture that we are trying to push at this gym, where we're not super competitive. We like to work hard, but the point of the day is pretty much to have fun and get a good workout in. It's not to beat your peer, although
Right.
you may be trying to do that day, who knows, but that's not the end goal,
Right.
if you will. So as you played basketball, I'm sure that the group was kind of important in it, interacting with the same people all the time. How is it a little bit different coming in to a group setting but not seeing the same people all the time? Is it kind of like refreshing? Is it almost like just new faces, kind of new people to introduce yourself to? Or like, how does that affect you, I guess, in any way? Or does it not? Everyone's super cool and it's kind of like, everyone who's here, we're all here for the same goal.
I feel like everyone's definitely super cool. And it's like, for me, I just get excited seeing people. Like, it's just like, I just come in and I see everyone just like, hi, good morning, even if I've never seen you. Like, if this is your first day, I like to think of myself as like the welcoming committee.
Oh, me too.
Like, when I see someone new, it's just like, I go like, oh, hi, how long have you been here? Like,
Right.
I don't know. I just want them to,
And I feel like you know how it is to be like the new kid on the block in here, and kind of like, we don't like athletes to be intimidated, but we know that, we see barbells, we see kettlebells, we see free weights that you don't normally use, you're going to be intimidated off the bat. So we really try to make it as friendly as possible. So we definitely tried to. We hope we made it like that for you. And I mean, you're still here, so I mean, I think that hopefully we did a good job of that. But like I said, that type of culture like permeating through and you helping that be the case is really something that we appreciate. Have you ever done CrossFit before outside of this gym and outside of like your school? Like, have you ever done it at another gym per se, like another CrossFit gym specifically?
No, I have not. So
Okay.
actually, the first time I even kind of gotten any information about CrossFit or even seen CrossFit in action is I had a really close friend who does CrossFit. He's upstate, so he does like the CrossFit upstate. So it's just like, you know, I would kind of see his workouts and like hear a lot about his workouts, and that was kind of the first time. It's just like, oh, okay, this is actually really similar to
Right.
what we did in college.
Okay.
Piquing my interest. But again, in the beginning, I was a little intimidated. I'm
Gotcha.
just like, ooh, I haven't worked out in so long. Like, am I gonna be able to do this?
For sure.
But then finally, I'm just like, I'm tired of my body feeling like this. And it's just like also seeing all the results that he was getting to. And then like the family, they like their culture is like really family oriented, like really teamwork. And I'm just like, that's what I want. That's what I
I'm
like.
interested. Count me in. Count me
Right,
in.
I thrive in that. But
Yeah, yeah.
so this is my first and only CrossFit gym.
And listen, we hope that does not change. We hope that does not change. Okay, we're gonna veer off gym topics for a little bit. This question I did prep you for. We're gonna ask another one after, but for now, what are your top 3 all-time favorite shows?
Okay, my top 3 all-time favorite shows. So
They don't have to be in order either.
Okay, great. Thanks. No pressure. All right, so a recent favorite for everyone, which is also a recent favorite for me. I'm obsessed with
Okay.
Stranger Things.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I'm sad that it's coming to an end next season, right? Yeah, I'm really sad about that, but that's a good pick. I know I said it doesn't have to be in order, but is there any chance that it's number 1?
I would say it's floating in the top 2.
Okay, all right. So that being said, what are not numbers 2 and 3, but the second and third on that list?
And then, all right, next one. My comfort show is probably really random, but it's Gilmore Girls.
Okay, I mean that's not super random. You know what? Actually, it is a little bit random.
It's a little random, right?
It is a little bit random, but my mom used to dig that show, and so I have some experience watching that. It's pretty good.
I love it.
It's
They're
pretty
so
good.
sarcastic and they have dry humor, and
For
that
sure.
just speaks to me.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good. I'd say that's a pretty popular show as well. What are we gonna go with for number 3?
Number 3, cult favorite, Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my goodness!
I have watched
First
it
of all,
twice already.
there's no way you watch it twice.
Yes, I
That
have.
show is like 14,000 seasons long. What season are
They're
they
on
up
19.
to? Oh my! You want to know something funny? I did watch the entire thing, but only up to 16, and then I stopped because it was current at the
Okay,
time.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
that.
just stop.
That was the last season at the time, and then when they kept going, I was like, I just can't do it. I can't. It's too long. But it's a good show for when I was into it. But 3 more seasons of 40 minutes, I can't do it. I can't. Okay, awesome. That is a a solid top 3. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna go top 3 movies.
Ooh, okay. I'm a big movie person.
Okay.
So
That might. I don't know if that makes this harder or easier.
it makes it a little bit harder because I can watch any genre, but my
Okay.
top genre would say is just all like I've seen every Marvel movie.
Okay.
So it's a little hard to choose between all the Marvel movies that I've watched. However, low key, my favorite one is Shang-Chi right now.
Your of all of the Marvel movies?
I'm obsessed.
That I mean, it's really good. It's really
I'm
good.
obsessed.
But over like the cumulative one, like Endgame and stuff like that, like Infinity War, like the one where all the superheroes are in it. I mean, Shang-Chi was really
Yes.
good. Really
You
good.
know what? Endgame is good. However,
Okay.
it's so long. But like, it's
Fair.
a good long.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I haven't gotten to a point where I've watched it multiple times yet because it's just like, all right, I really have to carve out
A solid portion of
a solid portion of my day.
Right.
But I do things where I will start from the beginning and watch them in order. Like, I'm that type of person.
Okay.
And I'll go through the entire collection.
That is well. I have not done that yet. I have not done that yet with Marvel. That's incredible. How many movies are there? Probably like over 20 in
Yes,
the
it's a
Marvel
lot.
universe.
It's a lot.
That's tough. Okay, we're gonna group the Marvel into one because I feel like it. Well, you chose Shang-Chi, but we'll group
Let's-
Marvel into one after. So we'll go with a different movie for 2 or 3, or different I guess like trilogy or line of work.
All right. So despite Marvel, my number one like favorite. I'm a big like Harry Potter.
Okay.
Like I can recite everything
Yeah,
from every movie.
That's listen. I was at the midnight. That is aggressive. I was at the midnight premiere of Deathly Hallows Part 2. So listen, I'm about that Harry Potter life. Did you read the books?
I didn't read all of them.
Okay.
I read the first 3.
Okay.
So I'm actually getting the entire collection. That's
Okay.
gonna be like my gift to myself.
I like
Because I haven't really gifted myself anything for finishing school.
Oh,
so.
listen, well deserved in that case. Well deserved. I'm almost shocked that you're just going with books and not like a all-inclusive trip to somewhere far, far away. Because I know how hard you worked with that. So, congrats again. So you mentioned being a little bit intimidated at first seeing it, and how other people might be intimidated also. What would you say to those that are feeling that way, that are a little bit intimidated and kind of like on the edge? They want to come try it out, but they're not really sure. Being somebody that felt that way, what would you tell them? What were your experiences like? Would you say you're confident in them coming in and having a nice, safe, good workout, basically? So, yeah, I'll let you take it from there.
Honestly, what I would tell them is don't overthink it, because when you sit there and you kind of think about like how hard something might be or like what can go wrong, then it's just like, okay, then you're going to be less likely to do it. If you just kind of think about like, all right, what can come from this? Like, what changes can I see if I do it? Then it's just like, then just do it. Like, once you get to a point where you feel like you're overthinking, just sign up. Like, just do it.
Okay.
And, you start from wherever you started. Like, when I came in, I feel like I was on the yellow bar. Okay, like I started.
Listen, you gotta start where you start from, right? And we like to have a community where there's no pressure for what you're doing, right? So no matter what weight you're doing, as long as you feel like the intensity is intense for you relative to how you feel and how you work out, then we're happy with that. We'll never. We're never going to force you to do something that you feel like you can't do, or if you have something that's bothering you that day, maybe your ankle's bothering you, we're not going to force you to run or anything like that. We'll always find something that you can do that makes it a little bit easier for you to work out the muscle that working out that day. So, I mean, that was really good. Well, being somebody that was pretty new, would you say it was like a seamless transition from somebody who didn't work out for like a year plus to somebody who started CrossFit? Because a very popular thing that people will say is, I have to go to the regular gym and get my whatever up so I can then do CrossFit. Would you say that you can just go right into CrossFit, or how do you feel about it basically?
I would definitely say like you can go right into it, and you start at your own pace, and then you build yourself up. And like you said, it's no judgment, no pressure, no anything. And so it's just like, yeah, there's not much preparation that you need to do.
For sure, to come in and just kind of like get a good workout in and work on yourself, right? Like it's just kind of, you can just do it.
Yeah.
You can just do it, like you said, like just sign up, just do it. Okay, so that kind of concludes all the questions that I had. I know we use a lot of your time doing this. What is about 25 minutes it says. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you kind of like hanging out with us for a little bit after. I know you just worked out. I know it was a tough workout today, but a lot of fun as usual. But yeah, thank you for taking the time and just kind of like hanging with us for a little bit. Is there anything you want to say in terms of, I guess, goodbyes, and in terms of getting your friends in here? Like, yo, what are you guys up to get started next week? What are we thinking?
In terms of my friends, I'm coming for you, and you will be here. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna thank me, okay? Especially when we're on the beach next year.
You know what? I almost don't want to do this because I don't want you to leave anybody out, but just so there's a little bit more accountability, do we have any specific names that we want to get in here?
Do we? We have Tia.
Oh, Tia.
We have Naomi.
Tia and Naomi. I'm waiting on y'all, okay? We got anybody else? Give me one or two names, just so we could cut this and send it to them specifically. Any mom, dad, cousins,
Listen,
anybody?
I told you I got a big family. All of y'all, okay?
Okay, we're gonna get all y'all in here. When we say Iron Family, it's gonna be legit, actual like blood family. We're
yes.
Get you guys in here, okay? So like I said, Lisa, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll do this again soon.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No problem.